And yes, we are back with another one. Shout outs to us for making it back. You, me, all of us. And today we're looking at this video. So, Diablo 4, the dev team just gave an update and big concerns. What's next? Well, that's good because they have a beta. They had a beta, they're going to have another one. And I think if, because it's going to be a live service game, I think if they can gauge what people's problems, let's put that in quotes, because the game's not out yet, so we don't know. If they can kind of condense what people's problems are early on, they can have a solution in the pipeworks pretty, pretty close, not pretty close, like maybe a month or two after release to give, more time to let everything cook and settle. So their big first release could be the one that matters the most. The patch after the initial game launch could be, the one that matters the most. I think it's really important to get information. So let's see where they take it or what the video is about and what the changes are, etc., 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 etc.
All right, so here we go. Yes, Blizzard has been very busy today responding to the community about what's coming up next. Plus, some new updates just went live server side. What has changed? Well, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Also, some notable concerns from the community about repetitive dungeon design, area scaling seems to be a bit off, and much more.
Yeah, also I wanted to say don't really I didn't really like that no matter where you go, the enemies are the same level as you. I thought that was like kind of not like cuz at no point do you feel strong. It was my thing with that. It's like even when you get better gear, you don't necessarily feel like strong enough to really be one-shotting. I mean, I was one-shotting on my barb, but only with like the condition I was going for, which was have some stacks, then use the extra stacks on my core skill for the highest damage output I could use. So yeah, it would have been nice. I don't know. I'm sure they have the reasons, but it just didn't. It felt weird. I would say that. Like I never felt strong or overpowered. I should say. Maybe it's a me thing though.
And remember, I'm
So I didn't have gems or anything. I was, so
doing a big PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch giveaway, so check it out in the pinned comment and smack that like button if you are loving the beta. So let's do this. All right, so first of all, we have this right here. Any word on bigger area for the beta next weekend or additional world tiers? Great question. A response from Blizzard right here. Adam Fletcher goes on to say this. Just Necro and Druid are going to be the expected new classes that we
I
will
was
be able to
expecting
play with
just that.
when it comes to next weekend's beta. I cannot wait. Now, Aaron goes on to say this. Thanks, Adam. I'm really curious to see how the other mechanics shape up that we haven't seen in the game yet. Paragon higher end items, etc. Have thoughts about skills, but hard to criticize praise when I lack the full picture.
It's a beta, dude. You don't need to criticize and or praise. I mean, you can, but like it's a beta. Take what we have and then look at that. It's a beta. They let us have what they wanted us to have. They didn't accidentally leave some out. Come on.
And we have a response from Blizzard. Guess what? Check it out here. We are doing a deep dive on that after the beta. So we are going to be getting brand
That
new
dude looks ripped
footage,
in this
brand new
picture.
deep dive
Till he goes to the
into
gym.
Diablo 4's, I guess you would say, in-game Paragon system. So I'm excited for that. So look out for that. Now, yes, there was a recent hot fix that went live. Here's that update right here. They said, here to share updates on the latest hot fix that was pushed earlier this evening. The hot fix contains updates to improve server stability issues. And yes, it's going to be improving those queue issues on consoles as well. And they are going to
That's good.
continue constantly optimizing this for sure. So yeah, let's get into some of the concerns right now. Check it out. It says, I'm going to say dungeons are not fun. I get it. We are only 25 levels Act 1, but thinking that dungeons are going to be the end game with more affixes are not really convincing because of how repetitive they are. Let me know if you agree with this or not, of course. Now it says finding a key, finding 2 cubes to open the door, brutally repetitive layout, got bored really fast.
All right, I just want to say, so this is kind of more of a, like, how do I say this? This type of opinion kind of comes from the, I don't know, because I'm not saying it got boring, but that's basically what ARPGs are. Like, Path of Exile is more or less the same. I don't know about Last Epoch 'cause I didn't get around to playing it. I agree that it is repetitive, but I wouldn't say it's not fun. If they could, I don't know, we'll see. I wouldn't say it's not fun. It's just if they would make them worth doing or make them maybe shorter, because on average it take about 15 or 16 minutes. Or at least mine did. No. Anywhere from like 12 to 14 minutes. Because the layout was just like not, it's just really huge. Like you have to kind of explore the whole map is the problem. So I feel like if they could get around having to explore the whole map, make them shorter, that'd be a little easier. I would say 10 minutes, anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes would be fine. Maybe even anywhere from 6 to 9 would be fine.
Brutally repetitive layout, got bored really fast. Now, you have to also remember we are in one zone. That's something to really consider. We're only in Fractured Peaks right now. There are 5 zones, and I think that they will alleviate that a
Oh,
little bit
five
here, but I
zones?
do get some of the concerns, especially when I went into another dungeon and faced off against the exact same boss I had faced off against beforehand. But then I thought, yeah, there's going to be 4 additional zones on top of this. So, I'm going to wait and see what happens after the beta. Now, we have another post, which is really interesting following up on this. It goes on to say this right here Blizzard, listen, these dungeons are shameful. The combat and art are
Shameful.
great, so this game has potential to be great. However, of the 9 or so dungeons that I completed, I saw the exact same layout in 3 of them, completely new dungeons, exact same linear pathing inside. This is a big letdown. The classics, Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, were so replayable because of their randomization. I replayed a few dungeons more than once, and I am certain that the dungeons did not vary at all between playthroughs. This is how Diablo 3 was, and it sucked. Dungeons were not fun or exciting to explore because there was no sense of, well, exploration or discovery. It was the
Yeah.
same every time, mostly a straight line, and it got stale. Diablo 2 had labyrinths, and the map still tripped people up after 20 years because of their complexity and randomization. Additionally, they have added locked doors, which to unlock require you to backtrack through the entire dungeon after you have cleared them, but then you have to run to the door again, there and back, and there again. 2/3 of the dungeon traversal spent out of combat, running back and forth down the same linear paths generated since 2012 with Diablo 3. This is not what Diablo is supposed to be. Give us labyrinths and mazes. It's got a lot of attention and a lot of upvotes. It's why I'm mentioning it, and I'm wondering what you guys may think about this. I'm also noticing some of this, but I'm also enjoying the hell out of this game still.
Yeah, I didn't play Diablo 2, so I don't know. I would say, hmm, I think if they were more randomized, I think that would be better, smarter for one. It would make them more dynamic and more fun. I think that would just be smarter. I didn't really. My only problem is just this constant. The map is too big. You do spend a lot of time just walking in circles, and you unironically have to end up exploring the whole map because the contents of what you need to do are on opposite sides of each other, and then the goal, the locked door is in the middle. So you have to go super left, super left, super right, and then come back to the middle. Change that, and then we can go from there.
So yeah, it's kind of a mixed emotion from me right now about this. I have to have the full version of the game to really get an idea of how
True.
potentially
Also,
redundant the dungeons may actually be, because it's kind of tough to discover that right now because there's going to be a lot of world bosses to mix up the action here. and also different things going on outside of dungeons on the actual world map, I guess you would say. So let me know your opinion on this one. And then we have this. This is a great reply, I thought. Yuffie says this. And then there's me who absolutely enjoyed running the dungeons. Sure, some had not the most amazing layout or mechanic, but the overall atmosphere of the dungeons was really good. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. The graphics here are absolutely stellar. And I think that helps alleviate the fact that some of these
Yep,
dungeons
100%.
might feel a little bit repetitive. But again, we're only in the beta, we're only in one region. However, with that being said, I do agree with this right here. It says, I'm a bit sad that every seller layout is 100% the same. Feels like it wouldn't be impossible to diversify the layouts a bit more. Yeah, I did start to scratch my head a little bit when I noticed, hey, this is like the exact same seller, completely different area. And I was honestly a little bit bummed about that. I was hoping that they would diversify that a bit more, and hopefully they can down the road. And we've got to talk about this one right here. It goes on to say this area level scaling when other players are present feels weird. I was running around in the snow at around level 20 with my barbarian, clearing out goat mobs to get to an objective. They were pretty easy, but still had to be careful. They took a few hits before dying. I'm using Whirlwind and Dual Wield, whatever that's called, and reasonably kitted with mostly legendary items. At level 7 Sorcerer runs past me using lightning and just clears the screen with 1 to 2 hits. Am I imagining this? Feeling weaker as you level up is disheartening. This experience would have been much better if I was solo. That being said, I've had a good experience doing world events with similarly leveled players, basically rescuing each other. That feels great. So this is
I actually didn't run into many other players. It was the little quick time events is where I met most of the players, and it is kind of weird that they're level 8, 9, 10, and I'm like level 20, and we're basically doing the same quest, but it doesn't like really doesn't really feel like it because they just have like one or two skills, and I had like five.
what I was kind of a little bit apprehensive with the Diablo instances and having other players in your experience is, yeah, in some cases, they can actually take away from your own experience. However, overall, I myself have been really enjoying like the world bosses and things like that. Also, you have to remember that, yes, this is a beta. You are only level 25. And there are things coming up here. This is a great post here. It says, seeing many comments complaining about the mob density, repetitive dungeons, lack of interesting items, etc. Just
Exactly.
remember, you are on a low difficulty, only level 25, and in the first act. It's not realistic to apply in-game thinking to a moment in time that will take up virtually no time in your Diablo 4 journey. I think many people are hitting level 25 in the beta, then going into the in-game mode. Of course, it won't feel
Very true.
good at that point. So, yeah, there's a lot to be discovered here. We haven't even gotten into the Paragon board and that sort of thing to really dissect and judge this game harshly. Also, a lot of people are noting that, yeah, when you're playing as Barbarian, you're seeing these powerful sorcerers come by. I think there's going to be some patches done to nerf and also buff things. So that's going to be interesting to see what Blizzard does
Mm.
there. So we'll see what happens. And once again, people are trying to enjoy the game. And one of the big issues with a game like this is that there are just haters that will not allow people to enjoy the game. So, yeah,
It's
gotta talk
every
about
game.
why are people being so rude to the ones that actually enjoyed the beta? It's an actual question. I would like to know why 100%. It seems that as soon as someone posts a positive comment or something about the beta, everyone is taking that chance to be an absolute jerk about it all. If you didn't enjoy the beta, okay, cool. For you, some of us did. And it's pretty infuriating when we are being told we just have bad taste in games. Just want to understand the thought process behind trying to ruin someone else's
It's
positive.
Reddit, dude. It's Reddit in games, gamers in general. Like I don't know what it is. Other gamers, so unhappy gamers don't want to see other people who play games happy. It's like it infuriates them to see someone basically doing something that they do that they don't like, enjoying it. It's like a crime. It's like a crime to have enjoyment because a certain person doesn't like something. It's like, oh, you just have bad taste, or you don't. Yeah, I've been, I've been, I've been on the receiving end of this so many times. I have an opinion, just because it doesn't align with, a YouTuber or a certain Twitter personality, I am immediately wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have a bad take and or a bad opinion. It is how it goes, dude. It's just how it goes, man. So you don't. It's just how it goes. I don't know why. It's how it goes.
Positive experience. Yeah. Again, I just say let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, and I'm having a hell of a time in the beta right now. So, yeah,
Excuse me.
we'll have to wait and see if they iron out some of these issues in the future, of course. All right, time to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. Also, check out that big PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch giveaway in the pinned comment as well. But my most recent video was about this, all new updates from the dev team. Things are changing even in the beta, and it's great to see that I'm able to get into the game a lot faster now, although I still think there should be an offline option. Now, Ryan goes,
I was actually gonna say that. I wonder if there would be an offline option. You could just play the first few days offline, and then I feel like you wouldn't lose out on anything.
on to say this right here. He says, loving the barbarian and the challenge. It's definitely tougher, but it makes it more fun and exciting given how easy Diablo 3 felt, in my opinion. Now, the Den Mother, though, has been by far the toughest challenge. It took me about 4 times to beat her after shifting around my build to try and keep up with that speed, but I haven't died any other point. So far, the beta has been really good for a beta. Excited for the release of the finished product.
I agree.
Exactly. It's a beta, and I myself have been having a blast with the Barbarian. I also agree. I do like the challenge. There's been complaints that the Barbarian is not powerful, but I dig the challenge. I want more challenge in a game like this. Now, Perplex Wolf goes on to say this. I like the majority of what I've played. It definitely looks more like Diablo than Diablo 3 did to me. The skill tree is nice but simple. Some synergy between them would be cool. Offline mode would be nice. I'd like to see them change the UI, though. It's not bad if it were any other game, but being Diablo, I'd like to see it fit the theme more. Yeah, and what they've done here, oh, there's a lot more. Geez. Okay, it says the dungeons did get repetitive as I expected, but I like how they looked visually, but the overall design grows old fast, and you don't really get much after defeating the boss. I do like that a
That's
bunch
true.
of
Well,
them have
I actually got most of my best gear from just doing random dungeons. I didn't get any gear on unless it was from the quest doing the campaign. All the best gear I had came from just doing dungeons and doing side quests.
have their own little lore and even some nice little side quests attached to them. The overall map so far is great to me. I love it. A lot of people want a transparent map, though. I really like the transmog and how you unlock new styles. I hope they add more color options, though, even at low level. It was nice to be able to make my character look the way I want. I've
True.
only played the rogue so far, but I like them a lot. Setting traps that chill and freeze, plus throwing smoke bombs to daze and having skills and gear that increase damage when they are vulnerable. Then unloading with barrage is fun. And to think, there's so many different classes to play around with, and I think that's one of the elements that is definitely not repetitive, of course, and really adds to the fun that is Diablo 4. But there it is, the latest happenings around Diablo. I'll keep you guys in the know about further patches, updates,
Can't wait.
official news from Blizzard, and of course, stuff from you guys, concerns and issues that you would like to see ironed out. So please sound off in the comments down below. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.
I'm excited. Me personally, I'm excited. It's good that I hope they don't ever look to Reddit for advice, though. I hope they have a smart system in the works to actually address, real genuine concerns. But I wouldn't personally, Reddit would be the first place to go to. I would do a poll, man. I think doing a poll would do better, honestly. But that's my opinion. Anyways, that's the video. Nice video. And yeah, that's it. You know the motto. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope more people play and get to enjoy the experience because I think it's worth enjoying, but that's my opinion. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.